David Essel here, talking about a topic that a lot of us feel very uncomfortable talking about. The sex addiction is a very difficult topic for most people because we just think it's dirty, right? It's something that creepy people do, and we're going to be able to dismiss that notion right away here today. Sex addiction is on the rise like I've never seen it before. I've been in the world of personal growth and as a counselor, executive coach, and more for 43 years, I've never seen the amount of people coming to us and asking for help with sexual addictions. It's really wild. Some of it can be pandemic related, absolutely, because one of the reasons that addictions start is out of boredom. And so there was a lot of people that were home from work, and if you're not happy with life and you're looking to escape reality, this is one of the ways that we do it. Now remember, any addiction, the number one purpose is to escape reality, to bring us to a high. An orgasm is an incredible high. It's outrageously powerful. Oh my God, it can drive you to want the next one and the next one and the next one. It is that powerful. So what creates sex addiction? The number one thing we've seen in our practice over the years is some type of childhood trauma. That word is maybe sometimes overused, but not in the world of addiction at all. It's really true. It could be sexual molestation, physical. It could be emotional sexual molestation. What does that look like? A number of years ago, I worked with a woman from down under, and she had just been chosen really bad guys that had abused her sexually over the years. She was in her 50s then. When I was working with her, and we went back all the way into childhood. And why was she choosing these guys that were sexual addicts themselves? And it was because when she was a little girl, she had an uncle that would leer at her, give her that sexual stare, would follow her into her bedroom as a little girl and sit with her on the bed, and she never felt comfortable. From that experience, which happened regularly, she had a big family, the family got together on a regular basis, and the uncle actually created the trauma that she carried into her 50s before we were able to heal it. But she didn't even know that she had that trauma from childhood until we did the work. So childhood trauma is huge. Not feeling accepted by our own home, not feeling loved, not being nurtured at a deep level can create an addiction of any type, and sexual addiction can be one of those. I talked about two different types of molestation. The other thing that can create sexual addiction is sexual rejection. If you've ever been rejected by a partner, it might be that you really wanted to go out with someone and they rejected you over and over and over again. That could create extremely low self-confidence and self-esteem, which would make you say, hey, I want to be sexual, but I don't want to be rejected again. And then we find porn. Now, this video I'm doing right now is going to be about porn addiction, sexual porn addiction. I'll do another one on sex and love addiction, because there's two totally different types of sexual addictions that we work with and that are available in the world. So we really want to look at, what do we do now? Now, what are some of the downsides? What are some of the ramifications of sex addiction and porn addiction? And we can look at right away extreme low self-confidence and self-esteem. I mean, that's one of the hallmarks of every form of addiction, is that we don't have the confidence that we can figure this out in some other way other than escaping reality through an orgasm or through a beer or through a joint, whatever it might be, right? So we want to get really clear and understand that this is a choice that we're making in the beginning. And then once we make that choice over and over again, our brain actually gets hijacked. And this is my greatest concern for the world of sexual addiction. I've worked with so many men that after utilizing porn for a number of months or years have a very hard time having sex with a woman. They're used to the constant variety and that bombardment of the brain circuitry with dopamine receptors wanting something new all the time, right? The instant gratification. I worked with a gentleman that went all over the board in regards to his sexual interest when he was a porn addict, from very overweight women to very skinny women, to women with huge breasts, to women that were flat-breasted, to younger women, to all over the place, right? And the reason why is because the brain kept craving more dopamine, different hits, different angles, different shapes, different sizes. It can get very intense and it can lock you in. And then what happens many times, if you don't heal from the sexual addiction appropriately, is that you'll get into other relationships and you'll be bored with that person. You may go back to porn, or you may go to an outside sexual relationship in order to get the variety going. Now, on average, it takes about 6 months to a year in our program for sexual addiction of abstinence, which is sobriety, and then recovery, which is everything that we do emotionally to allow the brain chemistry to reply or to return to normal. Now, in our program, we do everything to remove shame and guilt. We look at the origin, the cause of the addiction, and then we also offer supplements for dopamine. When we can help the brain get dopamine rushes from a supplement instead of an orgasm, we are well on our way to beginning the healing process. This isn't easy. This isn't simple. It is so worth it. You know, every man that I've worked with has talked about the shame and guilt, the hiding. If they're in a relationship, the hiding of their porn activity, right? And that creates incredible low confidence and self-esteem. And then it creates high dysfunction in relationships, high dysfunction in marriages. So if you need help, I am here for you. We work with people in the world of sexual addiction every day. I just want to make sure that there's a hijacking of the brain. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think I've covered it all here. Now, there's also a sex addiction for women, and I tell a story in one of my books. I worked with this executive in the healthcare industry that would started showing up to work 15, 20, 30 minutes late. Very high-ranking position. And one day the president called her in and said, hey, listen, you've got 30 to 60 days to turn this around. We don't know why you're always late. She had a sex addiction. And she would stay at home and have to have one orgasm after another, and she got carried away into it until it was eating up her time. That woke her up. That's what made her give me a phone call. It took us about 6 months to get her back on track, and now she is rocking it. So help is here. Okay, we help people every day with sexual addiction. David Duchovny, a number of years ago, the actor from the X-Files, did the world a great service when he came out and said, I have struggled with sex addiction for years. Let's bring it to the surface. Let's keep talking about it, because then we can heal it, okay? TalkDavid.com or DavidEssel.com. I look forward to seeing you there. Have a beautiful day. And make sure to share this video. Share it, share it, share it. This is more common than we think.